Hello there, good morning to you and welcome to Joy News Interactive, your most interactive 30 minutes on television. It's been a while, but it's good to have you today. Today we're talking about the much awaited amendment bill, and obviously we know that it was rejected by Parliament, so we still stick to December 7 for general elections, as a presidential and parliamentary elections. And then also we'll be talking about some work rules, because well, some of you have been telling us about what you think about Pep Guardiola's rules to his team, what to eat, what to do after a match and all that. And obviously I'll be bringing you a video that will lighten up your day. So here's how to get interactive with us. Kindly get onto our Facebook page. Our name is Joy News on TV. When you get there, the various issues we discussed there are posted, and you can leave your comments in the comments section. You can also tweet at us at Joy News on TV. Alternatively, you can send us a WhatsApp message on the number 0560 800,000 0560 800 000. So let's start with this, and already I can see a lot of messages coming in about that amendment bill that was rejected, and a lot of you, well, some are happy about it, others are not. So what do you have to say? My colleague Derek Ekosam has been speaking to some people on what they make of this amendment bill that has been rejected. I'll be bringing you that pretty shortly, sorry about that. But let's get onto Facebook and find out what people have been saying. Mohammed Astro Damungo says, okay, the decision of parliamentarians will surely give us, he says, the ruling National Democratic Congress, to execute more of our developmental ideologies in order to canvass more votes. Well, he thinks that they're still not disadvantaged. There's a reply to that. Let's see what it is over there. And Felix Brady says, you've been in power for 16 years since 1992 and you want to make a difference in 30 days? And he says, good luck. Now, Samuel Obing is trying to, as usual, we always try to create some humor around everything. Samuel Obing says, can this be true? In Nigeria, when the election date was changed, the ruling government was changed. In Ghana, the election date was not changed. Therefore, he thinks that the government will be maintained, probably. And he laughs at that. It's just a joke. And Bugri Baumia Jr. says the readiness of the EC towards the general election is still unclear. Says kudos to the minority MPs for their brilliant decision. Well, I don't know why every people are saying is the minority that voted, or it was secret voting, so you can't really tell who voted for what. But obviously it was the minority in Parliament that was pushing for some form of postponement, and a lot of people were not clear about what they really wanted. Well, Benjamin Suspan says, great work done, MPP. EC not ready. Kudos to minority leader, says, for your brilliant debate on the floor of Parliament. And if you were following us on Twitter yesterday, we were tweeting the proceedings in Parliament as the debate was going on. It was a pretty interesting one, and Abdul Rafiq says that is good. So those of us in the tertiary schools will also get the opportunity to vote. Obing Fourth-year Samson says, no matter what, the election shall surely come to pass. And Ali Muhammad says, well, he will blame the EC for this. He thinks that the bill was brought late. And Muktaka Muntari says, well, the MPP thinks they're smart. Says the rabbits are falling in the traps, transforming and changing lives continues. And well, there's a lot of messages to that, but quickly let's find out what people have been sharing with us about what they think about the rejected amendment bill.
So initially we all thought it would be November 7th for the election date, but when Parliament met on Thursday, they voted against. They said that we should still stick to our December 7th election date. I want to speak to people on the streets, ask them did they have plans of traveling after November 7? What do they make of the change in date to December 7? Let me speak to this man right here. So tell me, what do you make of the change in date that we have to stick to our original December 7?
I like it. Personally, I like it.
Why do you like it?
Because we are not ready as yet. Because even the re-registration and checking of these things, people go there and they tell them their names have been deleted. I know somebody who went there, he was told her name has been deleted. But in actual fact, she said she didn't use the NHIS to register. So I think we are not ready.
Okay. You think we are not ready, but hold on, I'll come back to you. What do you make of the change in date?
It is very bad for the dates which have been rejected, because there's a lot of people who are planning to travel outside the country, and others who are also trying to come for the November 7th. So I prefer that the day should be come earlier than, because 7th December is very closer to Christmas facilities, so many things.
But tell me, did you have plans yourself of maybe traveling after November 7? How does all of this affect you?
Actually, I don't have any plans to travel, but because of the Christmas facility, when it gets to December, a lot of people, the things are in rush, run off and all this thing, change of government agency. So I prefer that the day the parliamentarians should sit down and then we go and vote for the November 7th.
But it's always been December 7th. So the November 7th would have just been a change, but in your mind, it's always been December 7th, right?
Yes.
So, but you were thinking that things would turn around and they would have had November 7th, so we would have had a lot more time to prepare and then enjoy the Christmas, I guess.
That is it.
Okay, so the others who think that we should have stuck to the November 7th date, because for them, Christmas is closer to December 7th, and so the change in date would have
been running our elections every day in December, and we celebrate Christmas. So I think it's okay we go back to our former date.
You sound like in your subconscious mind you were sure that we would never have voted on November 7th. It would have always been December 7th.
I know we cannot vote, because as I told you, the EC has not finished the programs. When are they going to? When will they finish this thing? July is ended, so we are left with only August, September, October, 3 months. I think they cannot do it.
3 months, that's about 90 days. That's a lot of time to get things done.
It's not a lot of days.
You think so?
No, really. We are not ready. We are not ready as yet.
The voters exhibition is going on. Have you gone to verify whether or not
my name is on the register?
Oh, so you are ready to vote?
I'm ready. Whether even if they say tomorrow I'll vote, but I like the postponement.
Like the postponement?
Yes.
Well, the voters exhibition is on. Have you gone to check yours?
Yes, I've done it in Kumasi.
Thanks so much for staying on Joe News Interactive with me, Bernice Abu Bedi. Before the break, we're talking about that amendment bill in Parliament that was rejected yesterday, and a lot of you have been sending in your comments, but we moved away from that. Now let's talk about work. How would you feel if your boss told you when to eat, where to eat, what time to go out with your friends, and all that? So we know that Pep Guardiola, he's done a lot in the previous teams that he managed, but now at Manchester City, he's brought some new rules. He says no eating of pizza in the waiting room or in the restrooms, and he's also speaking about the fact that he's not going to allow his players to step out with their girlfriends or their wives after matches. But a lot of people have been sharing with us what they make of it and how they will feel if they had a boss like that. Please stay on. Let's watch this.
What do you think of Pep Guardiola's new rules to his players?
I think it's a good initiative. He wants to bring unity in the team so that the team there will be discipline in the team.
What do you also think?
I think it's a good idea because as a manager and you the player, the manager is your boss, so you have to obey his rules because he knows what will happen if you didn't take his rules. So I think it's a good idea, and you have to obey the rules.
Let me bring it down to a level a little bit. So suppose you are working for me and I tell you Friday is no party, Saturday is no party, Sunday is no church, come to work. Don't take a girlfriend for as long as you're working with me. How would you feel?
I feel very bad, but I still follow the instructions. Since you are my boss, I don't want to lose my job too. So I follow the instructions.
You wouldn't think of it as me infringing on your rights?
No, since it's one of the constitutions in your firm, so I have to follow it.
There are others who think that you might possibly have to look for a different job somewhere where you'll have the liberty to do what you want to do.
No, I'll still follow the instructions. I'll not quit.
But you think it will be difficult following the instructions, right?
Yeah.
Why will it be difficult?
Since I'm not used to it, so it will be very difficult for me. Actually, I feel bad, but end of the day I have to understand it, because I'm a professional. I want to go further. I want to go further in my profession, so I have to at least obey the rules. When you are a worker, you have to obey the rules of the boss. So you have to, if you obey the rules of the boss, that means you are free. But if you don't obey, that means you are not disciplined. So you have to work out.
It's easier said than done. I mean, that's what I think. But he's also saying that at least 1 hour after the game, they have to sit and eat as a team. I think he's quite a strict manager, if you ask me. But on Facebook, this one is from Maxwell Chikata. He says, rules are for a reason. If going contrary will affect my performance and the image of the organization, I must obey. But if it's for mischievous purposes, then it should be protested. TJ says, as long as he's your boss and you know what you want from him, and you receive your salary on time, just follow the instructions. He says, period. If you're in Rome, just do what the Romans do. He says, case closed. Evergreen Dean says, well, for asking that alone, you received 2 slaps already. He's trying to say that this is outrageous and he's not going to do that. Richard Atobiga Jire says, all bosses take hard decisions. So if you can't cope, then you're out. I'm sure that's what he means. But here on WhatsApp, this one says, it is a good initiative because it will instill discipline in the team, which can make them win the EPL as well. This is from Bakante Matthew in Atebubu. But would you subject yourself to something like that? These men, they're adults. Someone will say they're adults. Don't tell them when to eat and who to go out with and what time to go out. But hey, this one says, if you can't cope with the instructions, then period. He says, I would reject saying if they're going to be long binding. Yakubu Ibn Chamba says, okay, I can do it as long as it's just for a short period, but he will not take this for a long period. This one says, I would reject it. A lot of your comments coming in here. Amadu in the Bugri Benjamin says, if only that will increase productivity, I don't have a problem, because we over compromise in Ghana. And he says that's why we have bad work attitude in this country. A lot of your comments coming in, and I know that different opinions. Well, some will say yes, some will say no, some will say it's good. Someone thinks as long as my pay is increased, I can do anything you want as my boss. But well, before we go today, let me show you something that will lighten up your day, and probably you carry that positive energy into the weekend.
Baby, no worry about it. Feeling spacing, come on, posing. As we get this song, after marriage charity, as we get this Makuyo people.
Very, very interesting. But by popular request, let's look at it again.
Baby, no worry about it. Feeling spacing, Asigiti sang Afimari charity. Asigiti Makuyo people.
So someone says, if Bob Marley were alive today, he put that woman in jail. But that's how we wrap up Joy News Interactive for today. Thank you so much for your company for the whole week and for today as well. My name is Dennis Abu Bedu. Don't forget that the conversation continues on all our social media platforms. On Facebook, we are Joy News on TV. Same way, you'll find us on Twitter and Instagram. Alternatively, you can send us a picture, a video, anything that's happening in a community that you want the rest of the world to know on the number 0560 800,000. You have a blessed weekend. God willing, we meet on Monday.